Ah.
Hey, this is your boy the Duck coming at you with another little video, just a tip, rant, whatever you want to call it. Something that I've been seeing a lot more of. In the past year, I've been getting a little bit more involved with some of my security range training. I've been pushing. I got associated with a different range now. Maybe you guys have seen some of my stuff on my Instagram. I'm not using an indoor range for my main security classes anymore. I'm using an outdoor range, which I'm running people through what I call my security skill builders day. You know, so now instead of just doing the bare minimum standard that the state requires, I'm running a whole like 250 round course of fire in a 4 or 5 hour morning, where we're doing a lot more stuff. So we're running the guns that people are using a little bit harder than usual. And one thing that I think I've talked about a little bit maybe before, and something I kind of want to bring up that kind of cracks me up, but it is something to think about. If you have to justify that your gun is reliable, like if I'm asking, hey, well, what gun are you bringing to the range on Sunday? And you're like, oh, well, I'm bringing such and such gun, and I know you're gonna talk shit on it, but mine works. I've put 300 rounds through it and I've never had 0 issues. Then you probably already know you got a shit gun. Sorry. Like, you already know you have a shit gun, and that's probably not a gun that you should be trusting your life or the life of others to. Now, buy guns as range toys. I'm fine with that. But when we're talking about a gun that we're using as a tool, an emergency tool, an item that is going to save our life or somebody else's life, especially for a security course, I mean, now we're talking about you're going to be working with that gun professionally. If I saw a local deputy walking around with a Taurus G2 in his holster, I would really question what the hell he's doing. What decisions has he made with that gun? And yes, I am going to very openly and exclusively talk shit on Taurus, because Taurus is definitely that company that you always you see gun YouTubers, you see, people all the time at the ranges and shit, oh yeah, I know Taurus has got that reputation, but I've never had an issue with mine, or, just as good, And again, I know this sounds very elitist, and it sounds like I'm saying, go buy yourself a $5,000 custom 1911, because of course that's a lot of the stuff I'm into, and I get that. But you know what? I'm sorry, there's great options out there. Canucks, CZ, definitely a sleeper gun that a lot of people sleep on. Glocks, Smith & Wessons, even the lower end Smith & Wessons, the SD9s and stuff like that are such better options than these damn Tauruses. Because talk whatever shit you want, I'm telling you right now, I see at least once or twice a month where I see a Taurus fail at the range. Because there's a big difference between going to the range and doing bullseye shooting at a target, and then throwing that gun in a holster, doing movement. You're covered in sweat, you're in the heat, you're shooting that gun under stress. That's two very different scenarios of running that gun. And when we're talking about a gun that you're going to trust your life or the life of others to, that is the type of shooting that gun needs to be able to survive. Not bullseye shooting. Not a nice bang, 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 a nice little controlled pace at the range. That's not reality, guys. And if you got a shitty grip on that gun and you're just trying to get rounds on target and you're trying to, run it a little harder than usual, that gun still needs to be able to perform. And yeah, a lot of it comes back to, I got a lot of students that don't clean their guns often. They don't take care of their guns, maintain them like they should. But the other reality too is your gun shouldn't require that much maintenance. It shouldn't need to be perfectly clean and perfectly oiled for it to be reliable. Hell, even some of the high-end guns I've got, and 1911s are definitely one of those guns that, and if you look at, my videos I post, I do a lot of 1911 stuff. 1911s have a reputation of being more maintenance requirement. To really keep them running, you need to maintain them. And yes, I will wholeheartedly 100% agree with that. You know, but when you do look at some of these guns like Staccatos, and you look at, hell, even some of my Nighthawks, I just posted on my Instagram where I finally gave my Agent 2 a bath after probably over 1,000 rounds, and it was gunky and nasty, and all I do is put a little oil on it when I go to the range, rack it a couple times, and run it. Guns shouldn't need to be babied to run. All right, and if it's a gun you're trusting with your life and the life of others, again, let's talk security context or law enforcement, whatever. Again, look at what professionals with a firearm carry. And I would challenge to find a legit law enforcement agency that is issuing Taurus handguns to their officers. Please, if you know of one, please tell me. Where every holster is got a Taurus in it for an entire agency. I would love to know if that even exists, because I can almost bet money it doesn't. All right. So again, understand that if you have a gun that you know every time you bring it up to somebody, you have to justify to people, oh, it's the one that runs. You know you have a shitty gun. Come on, up your game. All right. And I know this sounds elitist. You know, not everybody can afford, you know, I'm sorry, there's enough great options out there you can't afford that are within that same price point. All right, so up your game. All right, you're probably going to start seeing me post more maybe security related content versus concealed content. And when we are talking about, you know, people are trusting you to keep their location safe and their guests and their staff safe, you need to up your game. That is not the time to go budget. Buy once, cry once. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. Flashlights, guns, gear. These are items we buy once, cry once, and we have what we can trust our life and the life of others to. So, just a little opinion. Again, hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's having a great day. This is your boy, the Duck. Tony, be safe. Take care, and quack, quack.